Welcome to the Keys. My name is Corey Wade and we are going to be learning Amazing Grace today. This is the level 1 version which sets us up for level 2 and then all the arrangements that are possible out of that. And what we're going to be doing here in level 1 is doing the accompaniment hack, learning how to grab a song relatively quickly by playing chords and bass notes and providing the melody with our voice. So I'm going to demo first and then we'll unpack together. Here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. So that's the version that we're working on here in level 1, which gets us set up for the capacity to then introduce melody over harmony inside of level 2. Now once we have those foundations at level 2, we're free to fly. So here we go. Level 1. I'm going to teach this piece assuming that you haven't done any playing before, and feel free to pause it and go slow through the material that I give you, but I'm going to move relatively quickly so that you can grab hold of this song in a couple of minutes. So the idea is that in the right hand, what we need is 3 chords. We need the C chord, the F chord, and the G chord. Now this is middle C on the piano, and the reason why I'm not going to go up to F and G is because this is where the melody sits. So what we're doing when we're training accompaniment is avoiding the area of melody so that we can provide the melody here, and also that we're training the concept of harmony and melody balancing themselves out across the instrument. So we start with a C chord and then we go down to pick up our F and our G. And now all that we have to do is then track those chords through the chord sequence shown above. And if I lay those chord sequences or those chords over the top of the lyrics, you can see how they kind of link up. Okay, just one more turn. There we go. So here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. And we go back home to finish. Now when we look at it with the chords without the lyrics, sometimes we can see patterns more easily. So in the process of learning this piece, you might seek to memorize it, and by doing it through the accompaniment angle, we start to be able to memorize much quicker. So if we just look at the first line, amazing grace, how sweet the sound. You might spend some time there, and after a while you will have memorized. It might take 5 minutes, it might take 20 minutes to memorize that sequence. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Once you feel you have that, then you can go to the next line, 2 C's, 2 G's. Okay, 2 C's and 2 G's. You might spend a few minutes just practicing that. That saved a soul like me. And we go to the lyrics, here we go. It's 2 C's and 2 G's, it saved a soul like me. And then you might just hang out with the first 2 lines. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. Once you have that memorized, then you might get to the 3rd line and then notice something, that the 3rd line is the same as the 1st line. This is the benefit of doing it through the accompaniment angle first. We get to see the patterns and it's much easier to memorize, much quicker. So the 3rd line is the same as the 1st. I once was lost, but now I'm found. So I've got 3/4 of the song already memorized, however long that might take you. Let's do the first 3 lines. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. And let's jump to the last line now, and we're just going to work through our chords, C, G, and F. So we're working our way down, and then back to C again. C, G, F, and back to C. So that's a bit of a side thing. Once you've learnt the song, memorizing it is also a focus or a process that you can go through. So let's introduce the left hand now. Basically what's happening is the right hand is playing the chord and the left hand is playing single notes. So what we're going to do is put our left hand on the piano, thumb on C, and just play out each of those notes in that order. Or at least the first thing we want to do is make sure we know what those notes are. So that's a C, that's an F, and that's a G. 5 fingers over 5 notes, and I'm just picking up the C, F, and G. With accompaniment at this level, we want to simplify the left hand as much as possible so the right hand gets a bit more of our attention as it moves around. So that way we can play C and ultimately F and G without looking down at the piano. Then it's about matching the hands together. The C chord and the C note, the F chord and the F note, and the G chord and the G note. And then we just play it out. I'm going to do a 1-to-1 ratio to start. So both hands together. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. And the last ingredient, when you're ready to add it in, is to add a ratio. So you can see that what I've got here in red is a 1-to-3 ratio, or a 1-3 ratio, meaning together, right, right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's handy to do that off the piano on our knees first, and then to import that, and then you've got the full version that I've shown you in the start of this video of Amazing Grace. So I'll play it out one more time with the ratio of 1-to-3, and if it falls apart at any point, you remove a layer. So you might remove the ratio and just go back to 1-to-1, or you might practice one hand at a time and then reintegrate the hands together. So here we have it, Amazing Grace, accompaniment level 1. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. And the last one, I'm going to just do a 1-to-1 to give it an end feeling, cadence-wise and ending. There you have it, there's our level 1. I look forward to seeing you in the level 2 video when you're ready. Ciao.